This is the PMK reporter, and tonight it's a late night rant. What's the subject for tonight's late night rant? Well, let me tell you. Michael Pachter. Whoa. Hang in there, guys. But it's not quite what you think. How many of you guys watched the Pack Attack episode, the most recent one? Yeah, I watched it too. And for anyone who's watched it, you pretty much know where I'm going with this. Michael Pachter pretty much calls out Nintendo fans. He calls out the very people who claim to be the most hardcore Nintendo fans and how they are, in fact, not supporting the Nintendo platform. Now, you guys know I like to jump all over Michael Pachter when I think he's being a jerk or when I think he's full of it. But the reality in this situation is a little different, I'm afraid. There is actually a bit of truth to what Michael Pachter said this time. And I take no pleasure in saying it. You see, for people who are Xbox One fans, PS3 fans, or in fact PC elitists, I don't expect those guys to jump on the Nintendo bandwagon and to be the first ones out there to support the platform. I don't expect that. But when it comes to a Nintendo fan, and we're talking about the very people who are, in fact, the first ones to show their Nintendo fandom or to show the Nintendo emblem on their chest as if it is a Superman's, S. These people who have not, in fact, purchased the Wii U, but are the first ones on the front lines either criticizing any other people, just the people who represent nothing but a lot of talk and little action. Those people, you people who say you are Nintendo fans but don't even own a Wii U. And you guys have a lot of excuses why, in fact, you haven't purchased a Wii U. But the most common one, and I'm just going to go over some of these. Number one, it's still too high. It's priced too much. That's just simply crazy. And I'm going to go into the other one too. Number two, there are no games. Now, if you are, in fact, someone who is not a Nintendo fan, I could possibly understand why you feel this way. But if you are a Nintendo fan and you're saying that there are no games at this point now, then I have to question whether or not your Nintendo fan card needs to be revoked. And also the very notion that, let's see, the Wii U is overpriced when the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3 still maintain their price points, but yet you're saying the Wii U, being brand new hardware with the functionality that it does have, is in fact overpriced. Your Nintendo card needs to be revoked. Now, I take no pleasure in any way possibly agreeing with Michael Pachter on this. But for the fans out there, and I've bear witness to some of those guys. I've had them in my own comment section telling me that I was wrong for criticizing Nintendo. Telling me that I was whining and that Nintendo knows what they're doing and blah, 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 blah. And yet these are the very people who don't open their wallets and spend money for the Nintendo platform. Now I'll say this. What I'm saying does not apply to all Nintendo fans. Don't get this twisted by any means. To you fans out there that have disagreed with me, who we've had arguments or exchanged words in the comment sections, this is not applying to you guys who actually support the Nintendo platform. Because even though we may not necessarily agree, we still support the Nintendo platform together. We agree to disagree, as some people would say. But for those people who criticize, complain, and are doing nothing to support Nintendo, but in fact are the ones who are dragging Nintendo down, your card needs to be revoked. And the new term for pretendo, and I'm not talking about people who criticize Nintendo for maybe not exactly adding features here or there. I'm talking about the pretendos who are saying just complete BS that Nintendo doesn't have any games and that the system is not worth anything. Those guys are pretendos. You so-called Nintendo fans that claim to be Nintendo fans but are saying the system is too expensive and that there's nothing to buy. You're a pretendo. I take no pleasure in calling you a pretendo. You are the very people who don't support any third-party games, nor have you been supporting the first-party games. And yes, Pikmin 3 And yes, Wonderful 101, quality Nintendo games that are freaking amazing, you're not supporting. Nor are you supporting Ubisoft and their attempts to bring third-party games to the Nintendo platform. Splinter Cell, Rayman. You're just never happy and you're never content with what's out there. And you know the number one excuse I keep hearing? Wait till Kart comes out. Wait till Smash comes out. I'll buy it then. Your Nintendo card needs to be revoked now. Because you are not part of the solution, but part of the problem. More to come.